You don't have to get right back to me. Arthur's mother, Marianne, and also my nickname is Chick or Chicky, and my grandchildren call me Grandma Chick, Grammy Chick. But thank you for the shout out for my birthday. I will be spending it with Arthur, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful Thanksgiving with your family. And always remember, la familia è primo, and people just adore you because you don't use the word hate. I got a couple of phone calls from people that I hardly know, and they're so proud of you, and they heard me one day say something about you. The only thing you hate is the devil. So keep up the good work.
My mother's friends
we
are
love
proud.
you, Joe, and always take the high road, and always stick to Sinatra.
That's great.
She's
Mama,
the best. She's the
my
best. I can see, you're crazy, man. You're off the wall, but you're a good guy, man. This is why. You had a great mother. Look, and your family, your sister, your whole family's beautiful.
I'm gonna
Arthur,
give my mother and father.
Marianne,
and
we
sister
love you.
credit for
Thank
that.
you for that.
She's not BSing, by the way. She does talk on the phone. I mean, you do have a very devout following, especially in Italian American Brooklyn circles. Well, you know what? All kidding aside, they relate. They relate. When you talk about your mother, you talk about the lasagna, you talk about love, you talk about church. That's what they want to hear about. They don't want to listen to Boomer.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care about the Jets.
Love Boomer, by the way.
Right, but that's just not what they. So do I. But I love his show. But it is. I'm not listening about the
Counselor,
Knicks.
and by the way, speaking of which, and Marianne, I love you. I love you and thank you. That was so inspirational. I told you I played your mom in the car with my mother. That impressed Mom more than anything. Oh, who was that? I said, it's Arthur Aidala's mom. Oh, that is so nice. She loved every minute of it. So we're here on the air a couple of weeks ago, and we're on the air, and I look out the window, the double glass window. Who comes in? Craig Carton, my buddy, comes in.
Really?
A longtime friend.
Okay.
I love Craig. Whatever he's going through, we support him. And I said, come sit. We got to talk to you. He can't. He ran out. Al said probably his lawyer's in the building.
He is. His
out.
lawyer's in the building.
Yeah.
I'm having lunch with him today.
Yeah. So you can't talk about it. And we wish him all the best. But this is what the feds have time to do. They go after people like Craig Carton for doing a couple things.
Joe, they have. I mean, it's you looked at good tool. What's this guy's
Frank
name? Morano's his bottle half full, like I
Was
do,
that
right?
the best?
So I'll look at it half full. The reason why they're doing this is because crime has dropped so drastically. There is no John
Great
Gotti's for them to
observation.
be looking
Great
after.
observation.
We do have some kind of handle on terrorism. So the things that they were so distracted with and working on, I just was involved in a federal case. It's a straight up state case. It's an arson case, and I don't know why it's in federal court. You ready, Joe? Here it is. It affects interstate commerce. You know what affects interstate commerce? Everything. This piece of paper. It got printed in Ohio. It got shipped through the FedEx thing. And so they're grasping for straws because they don't have enough work to.
Isn't that wild? Because
unlike GM, they're not going to go say, "Well, we're going to cut the workforce here." Sorry, assistant U.S. attorneys. Go find jobs in the private sector. So
can my friend Craig and we're talking about Craig Carton, a great broadcaster, and he
ripped me apart when I represented Lawrence Taylor. We've since made amends, but he
on the air
destroyed me in his morning show.
His way of showing love.
Yeah, Craig. You know how it feels, don't you, brother? It's not fun being in the hot seat. No, I meant how it feels for Lawrence when Lawrence was in the hot seat. Now, somehow or another, Lawrence has a misdemeanor and probation. Unfortunately, Craig is. I mean, I can't see any scenario where a judge doesn't give him some jail time.
Some jail time.
Yeah.
What, years?
What is it, 45 years, I think, is the max.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, and he's not in front of a very friendly judge in terms of friendly to defendants.
Arthur, what are you doing in that situation?
He's in front of the chief judge of the whole courthouse, Colleen McMahon, and she's just known as being a sentencer. Who she makes you feel the pain of your crime.
I see what's happening to Craig Carton, and again, if he's guilty, I understand. But then I see what's happening on the federal level with this Mueller investigation.
Yeah,
those of us who are just regular people that don't have the legal mind of you or Anthony Pope or Mike Connors.
Love Anthony Pope.
We go like this. We don't know why.
So it's not just Manafort they're saying is lying, right? There's three people they're saying is lying. Jerome Corsi, who is a conservative author and activist, he's one. Manafort is two, and Papadopoulos is three. Now, when it's usually, when I'm in a situation, it's just my client and the feds are saying they're lying. It's like he said, she said kind of thing, and it's hard to determine who's telling the truth. But here you have 3 different people who aren't related to each other, so to speak, in any way, shape, or form, and they're all saying, we told you the truth, but you're telling us it's not the truth, but we're the ones who lived it. And we're telling you this is the truth, and you're telling us it's not the truth. And it's going to go before a judge. In Manafort's case, they have to do these written submissions, and basically the Mueller people are going to say, we asked him A, B, and C, and he gave us the answers that are X, Y, and Z, and it doesn't fit in to what we believe is the truth. And a judge is going to have to determine, was he telling the truth? Was he lying? What proof do the Manafort people have? Do the Mueller people have that what he's saying is an actual lie? So if he says, I never met with the president or a president-elect or candidate Trump on August 23rd of 2016, but they have a videotape of him walking into Trump Tower on that day, well, then I would say he's in big trouble. But if all they say is, well, no, we have another cooperator that we believe more than we believe Mr. Manafort, well, how do you know that other guy's just not better at giving you a snow job? So these are complicated things. It's a devastating blow to Manafort because he was going to get significant reduction in his sentencing because of the cooperation agreement.
I said how stellar Mueller's reputation was, in public service, and then Frankie said, "Wait a minute, let's look at what he did," and it wasn't so successful. This guy Mueller, and I know they record the show because we have Roger Stone on a lot and Michael Caputo, and they listen. But I would humbly suggest, respectfully, to Mr. Mueller, I got nothing. I'm sorry. That's what I want to hear from Bob Mueller. Will you ever see a special prosecutor say that?
Which is why Scalia hated the special prosecutor position, because you have a target. First you find your target, and then you conduct your investigation.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to conducting your investigation, and then you discover who the target is. And again, Scalia's point is, after the time, effort, and energy, who's going to have the chutzpah? I don't think he used the word chutzpah. Probably used the word coolions. But anyway, to go up there and say, yep, we just spent $20 million. We just spent 2 years. And actually, we found that nothing was done wrong or nothing was improper.
Arthur, before we let you go, and always appreciate your valuable time, man. You're so great on the show, and we don't take that for granted. And also,
I'm at my desk at 11 o'clock last night working, still have like 2 hours work left. Morano, we really need you in tomorrow. I go, how about 9:05? 7:40 would be a lot better. Okay.
You look great.
Sleep.
Your mother taught you well. Tell me about this Vetrano situation, the mistrial in Queens. What is going on? Devastating. Arthur,
I don't know what's
You're as
really
dedicated as
going
Dad
on.
as I am. The horror that this
the
family has
father
to go
finding
through.
his daughter. Apparently his testimony.
This is the
in
jogger
court.
case.
This is the jogger, the Queens young woman. She usually goes jogging with her dad, but he had lower back pain. And he told her, don't go alone. Don't go running without. And they went, and like hours later, they found her.
And this guy
face
admits
down.
that he killed her.
Well, Ashbet, Joe, that's the thing, though. And I think that's where the jury was deadlocked. He admits that he killed her, but how he says he killed her is not consistent with what says the autopsy report.
In your
says how she
legal
died.
mind, why would a guy even admit it then?
It does not seem like this is a very mentally stable individual. And I think, now this is a guess, but I think there was a possibility that the jury was going towards an acquittal, and that's why the judge pulled the plug as quickly as he did, because Judge Alois is very good, very experienced, but also very pro-prosecutorial. So I don't think he wanted somebody to walk out of there. And, Joe, there's an enormous amount of pressure. I'm not saying anyone did anything wrong, but law enforcement has a huge amount of pressure when there are these kinds of cases going on to solve the crime. Yeah. And, if he wouldn't be the first guy wrongly convicted. I don't know enough about it. I know there is DNA. So you look at the DNA on one point, and you look at the confession that's inconsistent with the autopsy. Mm-hmm. It could lead to a hung jury. I mean, their note was we're split. Split usually means 50-50.
I love to the Vetrano.
Wait, hold
family.
on. You got to stay there.
Go ahead. What's he's going over? Now,
I'm not big on doing Christmas early.
He's going out. Boy. He's going out. We're going to break. But oh my
but
God!
I saw this in the store, and this can only be for Al Gattulo.
Look at this. It's a big, huge
Advent calendar of beers. So it's one beer
a day.
Every day, starting on my birthday, December 1st, which is a Saturday.
Perfect.
And you get one, and I think they're pretty good. I mean, I bought this for 2 people, you and my father. father.
They're the best.
Only people, and I believe they're all.
Oh my gosh!
They're
It's
all
a list-
German.
Nice.
I believe they're all
Instead of the
large
nativity
cans.
scene, you get beers.
Right.
Why not? It's
Well,
perfect for Al.
When I saw this, I mean, it was screaming Gatulos.
Arthur,
Thank
show
you.
it to the
I
camera
appreciate
if you
that.
would, right
Where
there,
are-
right
where
there.
is
There
Arthur?
it is. There it is.
There
That's Arthur to Al Gatulo. There you got. How about that?
Thank you, Arthur.
Hands on the side.
You're the man, Arthur.
And
Thank you.
Morano's crying about walking down the block with a $300 bottle of Scott. I'm walking
That's
down
not
the
going to be
streets.
conspicuous at all.
We got a case of beer at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Talking about looking like a drunk.
Arthur Aidala, we love you, Marianne.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless America.
Debbie's on the roads looking out for you. How you doing?